He is made up of a bunch of... What? Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I am AC Toy Design. Today we're going to be looking at more 80s toy design. If you looked back at about 2 weeks ago, I posted my first 80s toy design video, and that was on my 1984 LJN Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Tiamat figure, and I asked for feedback. You guys seem to really dig it, so I'm back with some more 80s toy design, looking at 80s toys, how they were made, what went into them. Oats went into them. Before I get into it, why don't you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, bell icon, and you know what? Again, if you dig this, leave me a comment in the comments. I will get back to you. I answer all the comments that are in the comments. I also want to say, please excuse the cough drop. I'm still dealing with side effects and after effects of COVID from a couple weeks ago now. But doing better. Thanks for asking. I know a bunch of you did ask how I was doing, and I'm doing great. Today, I'm going to be looking at modular toys. What is a modular toy? A modular toy is something that can be customized by adding and subtracting parts and pieces. Even more than customized is the fact that you can start with one thing and end up with a completely new toy, idea, or concept. So a modular toy would be made up of a bunch of different little parts. For those of you who know Modular from Masters of the Universe, he is made up of a bunch of little parts and pieces. All of his legs and arms are modular, and you can rearrange them and make almost like different characters out of them depending on how you rearrange it. I'm going to be getting a closer look at him. If you guys remember Wheeled Warriors from back in the day, another Mattel toy. Wheeled Warriors is one of my favorites, and these guys were super customizable and modular. You could take everything off of them, make them into all kinds of different vehicles and shapes and sizes and things. And remember this guy, he had like a little brain that came with him, little brain pilot. I love that guy. This is Sawboss from Mattel's 1984 Wheeled Warriors. Another one I'm going to be looking at closer today is Centurion's Power Extreme. 1985, 86, I think 86. A cartoon. It was an awesome cartoon, actually. This is Max Ray. Who's Max? Look at that mustache. Something else. Max Ray is absolutely modular. He's got all these ports on him and the port and peg system. And they just kind of pop in. I love the pop, the snap. Another one of my absolute favorites. The smaller the better, and these guys had amazing little tiny pilots. Let's look at this. Look at that. Can we get in there? Legions of Power. This one, I love these guys. Little tiny pilots in there. These guys you could just take apart. Very similar to robotics or constructs. Everything about it is modular, and I'm going to give you a way closer look at that. One of my absolute favorites. Again, like I said, if it came with a little pilot guy, I was totally down with it. So we're going to take a look at that. And then one that's a little bit obscure and harder to find because it was kind of like a foreign toy, at least made by a foreign company, and that's Britain's Space toys. I loved these things as a kid. There was a toy store in St. Charles, Illinois, where I grew up, that had all kinds of weird and obscure and crazy stuff. And I remember buying a couple boxes of these when I was a kid and putting them together. Very much like Legos, very much like constructs, like I said before. You know, all this stuff can come apart. Modularity. Being able to assemble, disassemble, and assemble in different customizable ways, resulting in sometimes a brand new concept as far as the toy line goes. So I'm going to be looking at those guys. How much fun. And let's talk about more minifigures. Look at these. These guys are crazy. This is my favorite. This chick with the white hair, and she's just like looking over there and blasting over there. So she's like, this dude's coming up, trying to like get her, and she's just like, whatever, I'm gonna look over here. What? Even they were quasi-modular with their little stands that you could, take apart and, I don't know, put them back together. So let's take a closer look, shall we? Let's do it. Thanks for checking out the video. I hope you guys dig this 80s stuff that I'm doing, because my heart lies in the 80s. I was an 80s kid, and lucky enough, very fortunate enough to have a bunch of toys, a bunch of different toy lines. I had at least one of all this stuff. Very lucky kid. And I loved playing with them. And over the years, I've reaccumulated some of my collection because my mom gave it all away. And if you want to see more pictures of my collection, check out @MomGaveThemAway on Instagram. Speaking of, you can find me on social media @ACToyDesign on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You're here. Thank you for being here. And I want to give a big shout out to my patrons who absolutely, unequivocally, I could not do this without. So if you want to help support this channel, you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/ACToyDesign, where I have my Patreon exclusive podcast, You Like Toys. We're about to hit 75 episodes. I had to postpone the 75th because, like I said, I had COVID and I wasn't feeling well. Voice is coming back, So we're going to have a guest on the 75th. We're going to answer a bunch of patron questions that I take there. But you can also get commissions there for my custom figures. You can see a bunch of behind the scenes, how I make my custom figures, all the toy design that I do, concept design that I do. Post it all. It's all on the Patreon. It's a great community. I encourage you to join for what, $1 a month, $2 a month, whatever level you want. You can throw in anything you want. So check me out on Patreon, patreon.com/AC Toy Design. And with that, I think I'm gonna exit and go make some oats. Where'd my oats go? Man, you guys gotta let me know when that disappears. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Be cool. Get some oats. Hey, Mood. All right. Sit, Mooji, sit. Good dog. Holy shit.